Hi, and welcome to this Fornav coffee break. My name is Peter van Avertlo. I am a product specialist at Fornav, and I will be your presenter today. As this coffee break is live, you can ask your questions via the GoToWebinar question window. We will answer them at the end of the coffee break. In this video, we are going to set up the bank account selections in our Fornav extension so that reports can be generated with a different bank account based on specific conditions in your Business Central data. My demonstration of the bank account selections function will have 4 parts. 1. Prerequisites. What do I need to get going? 2. The bank account selections page. I will show you what the bank account selections page looks like in Business Central and how it works. 3. Setting up a bank account to be selected. As an example, I will set up Business Central so that it selects a bank account specifically for transactions with customers who do business in US dollars. And 4, I will use the Fornav designer to change a report layout so it automatically chooses the correct bank account based on the currency of the customer. Let's start with the first part. For the presentation today, I am working on a Docker version of Business Central 2023 Wave 1 with the Fornav customizable report pack version 7.1.0.0 extension installed. Later, I will be using the Fornav Designer version 7.1.0.2422. The bank account selections page is a standard part of the Fornav customizable report pack extension from version 7.1 onwards, and the Fornav Designer should always simply be the most recent version. The bank account selections page can be found by searching for it in Business Central. So in Business Central, click on the magnifying glass, and type bank account selections. It's already there. This page will provide the selection matrix that Fornav will use to select the bank account. Fornav will go through this table from top to bottom and stop at the first line that fits the search profile. If there are more lines that would fit, it will not find those. The various fields from left to right. The sequence number sets the priority, 0 being highest priority and higher numbers being lower priority. The type, it sets the type for the code field, and the code specifies the specific filter within the chosen type. So you can select type responsibility center, and then the code would be the various responsibility centers. Or you could have the customer posting group, and then the code would be various types of customer posting groups. The currency specifies the currency, specifies the currency. The bank account is the bank account to be chosen by this condition. The bank accounts in this field all come from the bank accounts list in Business Central. So if you type a bank account here, which we will do later. And the description provides a bit of room for a description. When finding a bank account, the system goes through the table in a set order. First by sequence number, from lowest to highest, then by currency, and then by type code. And then the next sequence number, next currency, next type code. And it will stop at the first line that fits the criteria completely. If it can't find any lines that fit the search criteria, it will default to return the bank account information under company information in Business Central. When it has found a line that matches the report criteria, or when it has not and has returned the default bank account, it will load the information of that bank account in the bank account temporary table. as an exercise, I want to set up a specific bank account to handle transactions in US dollars. First, we will delete all of these because we want to start with a clean slate. And first, I want to look at what bank account is actually the default bank account, because it would be a shame if we chose that accidentally. The default bank account under company information is a bank account that ends in 888. All right. Now I will go to the list of bank accounts and find one that would suit our purposes. I happen to know that the operating bank account is the one ending in 888 because I've looked at it before. And here there is a bank account which already says USD. I think that would be suitable to use for US dollars. This bank account ends in 567, so it's easy to distinguish. All right, so let's go to the bank account selections and setup for our USD transactions to use the US dollars bank account. And done. All we have to do now is to modify our report to print the corrected bank account. So I want my sales invoices to show the correct bank account. Let's see what we're looking at. I will open sales invoice. And zoom in a bit. Right. I want the correct bank account to show in two places. Under the rest of the address in the footer, in the header, and I want it to show in this field in the footer. First, we have to add the bank account temporary table to the dataset. To do this, I will click anywhere in the gray area and go to the report properties, and under records, click the three dots. I will add the table, which opens here, bank account, and I will add a link reference to the header so it knows what to look for. I don't need to specify any specific link because that will be all right. I also needed to get the information on the fly and not really from the central database. So I will set temporary to true. Otherwise, I won't get what I'm looking for. So now we've added the bank account temporary table to our dataset. I can start to put it in places. I want to put it in the header, and I want to put it in the footer. Under bank account, I can look for the field extensions. Bank account number, so that when it shows up, it has the caption. I will make it a bit wider. I will make it green for US dollars. And I will align it to the right because it looks prettier. And in the footer, I will make this green as well. And in the source expression, I'm clicking on the little arrow here and the source expression, the three dots. This opens the JavaScript editor. You can see that here it picks up the company information IBAN. in various forms. Now, it just so happens that the bank account table also has an IBAN entry. So I can just change the company information here for bank account and bank account here as well. And just for completeness sake, I will change it here as well. And I click OK. And now in both of these places, it should change the bank account number dynamically, or the IBAN number in the footer's case, dynamically based on the currency of the transaction. I will save as custom a layout on server and activate. And now we need to test it to show if it actually does what we want. We used an invoice for it, so I will go to the invoices and I will look for an invoice in US dollars, print it, preview it, and you can see it shows up the 567 bank account, and in the bottom as well, 567. It also made it a nice green, which is always a good sign. And now for a random different invoice which doesn't use US dollars, let's use the John Haddock Insurance Company. Preview, and now this, just as we predicted, shows an 888 bank account and an 888 bank account here. So it does exactly what we want. Let's recap what we just did. After I explained to you where the bank account selections page is, we set up a bank account for US dollars in the bank account selections page. Then we added the bank account record to a report in the 4NAV Designer. And finally, we added a field to the report and edited another field that expresses that selected bank account number. Thank you for listening to me so far. Let's see if we have any questions, Rene.
Thank you, Peter. It looks like we don't have any questions at the moment. And of course, this coffee break is live. So whilst we are closing down, wrapping up, you can still ask some questions. If you want to know more about 4NAV, or if you want to download the 4NAV Designer or Converter, please visit our website. If you want to install 4NAV on Business Central Cloud, please visit the Microsoft App Stores. You can watch more videos about 4NAV or on our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions about 4NAV, please email them to support@4nav.com. For a full list of upcoming and recorded coffee breaks, please visit 4nav.com/coffeebreak. As we don't have any questions at all, so thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Peter, for presenting, and goodbye.